here. Merry, merry, merry Christmas. Merry, merry, merry Christmas.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the 2016 Christmas horror thriller movie, Better Watch Out. Better Watch Out tells the story of an 18-year-old babysitter who goes to this suburban house around the holidays to babysit this 13-year-old kid. And over the course of the night, some intruders show up at the house and try to break in. And so they need to go and defend themselves plus the house. Now, this sounds like a very, very familiar concept. I think we all know what movie that is. But do not be fooled, because this movie is definitely not Home Alone. This movie is definitely not for children. This movie is fucked up. This is a crazy, crazy movie. I've seen people do interviews on this, and they talk about how, oh, this movie's hilarious, it's a blast, it's going to be a Christmas staple. This movie's fucked up. That's all I can say right now. This movie is absolutely crazy. There is some messed up shit that happens in this movie. Before I go any further, I just want to clarify. Now, I did say that there's a babysitter at the house and she's babysitting, and over the course of the night some intruders show up. Yes, to an extent, that's what this movie is about, but it does take a complete 180. It leads you down a path thinking you're going to go one way, and then all of a sudden just goes off on a completely different path. And I did not see that coming. I'm not going to spoil it. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, so there's not going to be too much I can really talk about without ruining anything. But that was, I thought they did a very good job of doing that, and it's maybe because going in, I had no clue that there was supposed to be a twist. I just thought it was kind of how it was described on the trailer. So when the twist did happen, I wasn't expecting it. The acting, I thought, overall was pretty good. The three kids who star in the movie, I believe, are all Australian actors. They all do a pretty good job, especially the main kid who plays Luke. I believe he was played by Levi Miller, I think his name is. And he did a really, really good job. He plays a character that's a very complex character. I mean, the kid, I think, in real life is like 15. So for somebody being at such a young age playing such a complex character and has lots of different emotions and twists and turns to him and a lot of depth, I thought he did the best he could considering the fact that he was only, I think, like 15 years old. Now, the Luke character, he's the one whose parents are going out of town, and he's the one who's being babysat. Now, through the whole movie, he's sick and tired of not being treated like an adult. He's sick of being treated like a child. He's always trying to impress the babysitter. He's got a little bit of a crush on her. So he opens up like a bottle, I think it's of champagne or wine or something, and starts to chug the bottle.
One time me and Garrett drank a whole bottle. He puked so bad. He can't hold his liquor like me.
Wow, I'm super impressed. Okay, now give it.
Just trying to impress her and trying to get people to take him seriously, because he's been sick and tired of people just not really treating him like an adult. He feels like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. And so the character is very complex and very emotional, and he really does do a great job at pulling that character together and making it as believable as possible. Now, the actor who plays Garrett, who is Luke's friend, I believe his name is Ed Oxenbould, something like that. I apologize if I got that name wrong. He plays Garrett's friend in this movie, and he's a funny character. He's just kind of this little shithead who you can kind of tell is always has alternative motives. He's just kind of, at least in the beginning of the movie, you kind of get this concept that he's just kind of a little shithead. Like, he's always making kind of smart little remarks and just kind of a smart ass and just kind of looking out for himself and just trying to play off like he's cooler than he actually is. At least that's what I got from it. But he is a fun sidekick to kind of watch. Now, the babysitter Ashley is played by, and I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong, I believe it's pronounced Olivia DeJonge. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. But she plays the babysitter in this movie, Ashley, and she is unbelievably good in this. This poor girl just gets tortured and tormented through this entire movie. You can't help but feel so bad for her. She just gets non-stop, just bad shit just happens to her constantly through this entire movie. And she's extremely believable in it. I know sometimes you'll see actors or actresses, you know, and having horrible things happen to them, and it comes across like super fake. I believed every minute of it. I felt for her through the entire movie. She was really, really good, and I'd like to see her in some other stuff, maybe some other movies where she doesn't get treated so horrible. But, yeah, she does a great job in this movie as well. Now, Luke's parents in this movie is played by Virginia Madsen and Patrick Warburton, who most people remember as Putty from Seinfeld.
All right, classic. High five.
They're in it very short amount of time, maybe 15 minutes or so, but they do a really good job as well. They treat Luke like he's a little child. Luke's getting kind of upset with them at the beginning of the movie because the babysitter's there, who he has a crush on, like this huge crush on, and the parents are just kind of babying him, this and that, and he just feels like a child and just really pissed off. He's just not very happy with the way that his parents are treating him, or everybody else really for that matter. Overall, I thought the movie was pretty good. This is, like I said, this is a really, really short, just brief, not really even review, kind of a review about this movie because I'm not doing any spoilers. I could go do a lot longer, a lot more detailed review if I choose to give spoilers. And at some point I may actually do that. But for this one, I wanted to keep it spoiler free because I think the movie's a lot more enjoyable going in, not knowing any of the twists or anything like that. So that's all I can really talk about the movie that much. I kind of told you that I enjoyed the acting. I thought it was a fairly decent movie, and I gave you somewhat of a plot of what it's about, and that's all I can really do without ruining it. So that's all I really have to say about it. This is a rather short and not really overly detailed review, but it was a movie that I saw, and it's Christmas time, and I wanted to review it. So that's it. Out of a possible 5 Christmas trees, I give this 3. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know you like what I'm doing. And I hope you guys are having a good December, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.